Good evening, everyone. Treasure Troller here from the partially mask-wearing militant state of Michigan, where we have more FBI agents and paid informants than we do actual conspirators in the plot to kidnap our governor and dictator, Gretchen Whitmer. So a couple of things today. First thing is the national championship, the semifinal matchups. Michigan against Georgia. I guess it's Alabama, Cincinnati. I haven't really seen. I saw something that had Michigan and Georgia playing one another. I figured that they would end up playing probably Georgia. I guess I'm a little bit disappointed in that they're ranked number 2 and the number 1 team loses, and they don't move up, and the number 3 and number 1 team switch spots, which makes it conveniently coincidental that it's probably going to be another year of SEC national championship game. So I was kind of hoping Michigan would get a chance to play Cincinnati, and Georgia and Alabama would fight it out in the other bracket, but it is what it is. The real story to me with this game are these two games that no one's really talked about yet. And I had said something last year about it, probably just prior to the draft, and that was how the immunity enhancement program was going to affect college football by giving these guys another year of eligibility. So I'm wondering, I mean, I know that Aiden Hutchinson came back for another year to play another year. But I'm just wondering with Cincinnati, specifically Cincinnati, how many of them with that extra year made this possible. I just think that COVID and the extra year of eligibility made it possible for, maybe even Michigan to get some of these kids to stay another year, give them another year to develop, and that's why they're there. Alabama, I mean, they could lose half the team and they're still going to be ranked in the top 5. Georgia, it possibly got them over the hump, but no one's really talked about COVID and the kids that stayed for that extra year. Anyways, that's about it on that. The other thing is, I should have showed you that there are a couple cars in the ditch. It's really not that bad out. It's just it's rainy down here. When I left home, it was very slushy, but both roads are just wet. They're not icy or anything. I mean, we're going 60 down the expressway right now. So anyways, the next thing is Fredo Cuomo. I think he deserved to get fired, but I think it's, once again, the pile-on effect is what brought Fredo down. And unfortunately, it came at the almost the permission of CNN. I just think that they let him interview his brother. They kind of let the situation develop. I think Chris took advantage of the situation, but I think for CNN to just come out and say, hey, we thought it's because it was his brother. We'd let him talk to his brother. And Chris took advantage of the situation. That's why we got to let him go. I think CNN deserves a little bit of the blame as well. I think they should have came out and said, look, we helped create a situation that someone that is two highly influential people that happen to be brothers could take advantage of. We kind of allowed it to happen, and then things got more serious or more kind of fractured the integrity. And we're sorry about that. I think I would have felt a little bit better, but to me this just seems like the pile on. So, and I'm not a big fan of the pile on. So that's my take on that. I don't find him credible. I think I think him and Alec Baldwin are kind of the same thing. They're a couple of quick-tempered individuals, and he gets after somebody for catching him outside looking at the new house, and he goes crazy on that guy. A guy tries to have a little fun with him and calling him Fredo, and he threatens to throw him down steps. Got a bit of an anger management issue. It wouldn't be surprised if there were people that worked on his show that, and now that he was down, found it the appropriate time to air their frustrations or concerns about Chris with CNN and pile it on, and away it goes. So look for, if you're watching the football playoffs, just wondering if they're going to mention the extra year that some of these kids had, and that they stayed back instead of going to the NFL, of course, for the higher draft pick, to potentially make more money. And as I'm not going to say happy to see, happy to see Fredo go. I'm just curious as to how much the pile-on effect had on the decision. So with that, this is Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.